Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. Okay guys, so I have two plays for you guys today. A quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday, you know what yesterday was, guys? Yesterday was the humble reminder that no matter how many hours you put into sports and no matter how good you think you are, there are days that are just not going to go in your favor. We had a 2-unit play yesterday on Kent and Bowling Green, and we would have got the cover if they only played 2 quarters. Other than that, guys, they were scoring at will. Now, the reality of the situation is this. Basically, Kent converted over 60% of their third downs. Okay, that's fine. But they were pretty well damn near perfect converting their fourth downs. And that is tricky. If you can't get fourth downs. Now, I'm not saying that, the game would have gone under, but get a few stops on fourth, it makes it interesting. But again, that being said, guys, even when we have, crosswinds and all that stuff, we're still dealing with, at our best days, games that are going to win 63%, right? So, they're going to continue to lose 37+% of the time, right? Well, not plus, but 37% of the time. Again, I get it. People see a few comments and messages that people say, well, really our pick was based on on a 17 mile an hour crosswind, going up to 23 mile an hour. No, not just based on that. But again, if you guys have been watching for a long time, we've done phenomenally well in college football. And these college football, crosswind, it doesn't even have to be a crosswind. Crosswind is just better, but just games where, you have an average 18, 19, 20 mile an hour wind, they cover 63% of the time. So, again, when we lose those, you think, really? We bet on the wind? It wasn't just that, guys. We weren't alone on this one, believe me. What did I say yesterday? 8 different steam and reverse line moves. Crazy, right? So anyways, guys, lost there. We had Miami, Ohio, straight up to win the game, and we had them +10. Neither of those came in, so it wasn't our finest day. But I listened to a certain song by The Who. I put it behind me, and we move on. If you guys aren't familiar with my routine when I lose, or win, I listen to a song. When I win, I listen to Bob O'Reilly by The Who. When I lose, fittingly, I listen to Won't Get Fooled Again, also by The Who. I've heard both those songs entirely too many times. Fortunately, in my life, I've heard Bob O'Reilly more times. But at the end of the day, guys, when the song ends, that day's behind me. Put it behind me, move on. So, a few of you guys don't know that. And I think, everyone should have a ritual. It doesn't have to be a song. For me, it's a song. I like to, just like to sit and listen to it and reflect on the previous day's activity. Well, sometimes while I'm going over the previous day's games, because again, I tell you guys that as a professional, you do have to go back over your picks, and you do have to make sure that, were you on the right side of a game? Were you, was there something that you missed that caused you to lose a game? And vice versa, even games that you win, you might not have that motivation, win or lose, right? Maybe you just had a really bad day and you lost a bunch of games. Or do you feel motivated to go back over, maybe some mistakes that you made? But you have to. And same thing when you win, because, if you have a day, you go 5-0, you think, wow, what a great handicapper I am. I went 5-0. But the reality of the situation is that, maybe you went 5-0, but, maybe you didn't beat the closing line in some of those games. Maybe, some of your picks were not great. So, it is good to go back, win, lose, or draw. But, when you get yourself into a routine, it'll pay dividends in the long run. So, for me, games are over. I'll go back over, make sure that, I feel that the picks were good. And, would I make those picks again? How did the teams actually match up? Did I beat the closing line? And then I listen to a little bit of The Who. And once it's over, guys, emotionally, it's behind me. Okay? Because if not, if you don't put that day behind you, where's your mind the next day? What is your mindset? The mindset is, one of two things. I got crushed yesterday, or I lost yesterday. I got to catch up. Okay, that's the wrong mindset. You will lose long term if you think that way. The other one is, hey, I'm on a rush. I'm pumped up. I'm winning a lot, so I better up my bet. No, Emotionally in this business, guys, you never want to get too high and you never want to get too low. You just want to keep yourself even keel. Now, if it really, honestly, if it wasn't for, this channel and I do the recaps, I would never really, discuss the games again after, Bob O'Reilly or Won't Get Fooled Again finished. I wouldn't. It would be behind me and that's it. But again, I do the recaps for you guys because, it's important not only to know where we're going, but where we've been. So onward and upwards, guys. Here's what we're doing. We got, I have a total of 3 plays today. I'm going to do 2 free picks, 1 in Masterclass. I've already started working on tomorrow. So fingers crossed, we'll see. But let's get through today first. So a couple plays here, guys. So 2 plays for you, additional play in Masterclass. So 3 plays in total. There was a couple plays I was looking at, and I ultimately decided to err on the side of caution and didn't make them. So just 3 picks today. But again, guys, as I always say, if the value is not there, there's not going to be a pick. So, just because there's a game on, doesn't mean we're going to have a pick on it always. So, all right, today, first game, guys, Eastern Michigan and Ball State. Okay, Eastern Michigan, Ball State. I had this matchup circled earlier. I did bet this a little bit earlier in the week. Since then, though, we've had 6 different steam and reverse line moves, all on the over. Not a single one on the under. The line has come up a little bit, and I still like the over in this game, guys. So we're going to take over 61.5 minus 103. Okay, over 61.5 minus 103. Now, have a little looky around because you can find 61 still at quite a few books. But 5 dimes, it's 61.5. And I either use, like when I'm giving you guys numbers, I either use like 5 dimes most of the time. Or if 5 dimes has like a worse number and maybe a better number, and everywhere else is worse, I'm going to give you more or less on average the worst numbers out there. Okay, so I mean, there might be there might be a 62 or something out there, but most of these are 61, 61 and a half. In this case, 5 dimes is 61 and a half, but there's 61s out there, guys. And don't start, even on a high total like this, don't snark at like, half a point. If you have options for different books, half a point is half a point, guys. And, I know, like, if you're in Vegas, right? Lots of apps you can look at, guys. You're in Vegas and you think, okay, well, this is 61 and a half. Is it really worth me jumping in my car and driving? I mean, that's ultimately for you to decide. I mean, if you're betting $20 on the game, maybe it's not worth your time and effort. But, you're betting $200, $300, $100 even, $500. It's worth your time, okay? Walk across the street, walk down the strip, drive downtown, do whatever you have to do to get that extra half point. Because again, I'm not saying that, we need a half point here. I'm just saying if it's available to you guys, don't be lazy, take it. That's how I used to get all my exercise, jogging up and down the strip. And it was a lot of fun, actually. I have no idea. If you guys been to Vegas, the walk I'm talking about. Caesar's Palace to Bellagio. You walk out now where they got the circus tent up there for their show, and you basically go up the steps into Bellagio, and it's a straight shot over into the sports book. I used to jog that, like, no word of a lie, maybe 15, 20 times a day, back and forth. But I was a lot more fit back then. So again, always look for that. Now we have, the amazing internet where all you have to do is just go over to another site and be like, hey, this is 61. So anyways, guys, I got tailed off there. But if you can get the extra half point, do it. But our pick is over Eastern Michigan, Ball State, over 61.5 minus 103. All right, guys. Next pick. Again, I like this pick. I got a nice system indicator on this pick as well, guys. And we're going to take Toledo money line plus 118. So Toledo money line plus 118 as well. A number of sites out there at plus 120. So you guys can still find plus 120. And again, it's just, a little bit, but it makes a difference in the long term. It really does. I have a nice system indicator on small dogs, small money line dogs. It comes in right around 50%. And you think, well, 50% for an indicator, that's not that strong. But it's a money line indicator on dogs. So, I mean, if you're going to hit 50% over long term plus money, you're going to do really well. As a matter of fact, this system indicator has an ROI of 13.2%. So every $100 you would bet, you're going to expect to return $13.20 of profit. Now, considering that, professional sports bettors, they're going to aim, probably 5% would be, it'd be a nice, lofty, ambitious goal for a professional sports bettor to get, especially considering that most of us are dealing with higher volume. But when you start to see numbers like, 13.2% ROI, you have to get a little bit excited, right? So that's what we're going to do today, guys. Take Toledo plus 118 and Eastern Michigan, Ball State. We're going to go over 61.5 minus 103 and have a look around. All right, guys. So that's it for us today. Really appreciate it, guys. And as always, have a very lucky day.